how to tactfully work with the other people in your booth to help you sell. I've worked with, brand new people, I've worked with up and comers, and I've worked with veterans, and I've worked with the best in the business. And one of the things that I've learned is that people who get consistent championship results are people who are also very good at using each other to create like kind of a team environment with the customer and just have fun and create, a lot of energy in the booth environment. Brian Carter and I, for example, we work a lot together, and when we're working our state fairs, and we're really good at working with each other and bouncing off of each other. And something that helps us is we always connect with each other early on in the day. We talk to each other, we share our goals with each other, we set our intentions for the day, and we also remind each other of the things that we appreciate about each other when we're working in tandem with each other. For example, Brian and I, if he gets busy and overwhelmed, I might come over and just, talk to him. Or if one of his customers shows up to the booth and he's busy working with somebody else, I'll hang on to that customer, chat with them, get them signed up for the drawing, give them Brian's lead sheet, stuff like that. Just let Brian know, hey, by the way, you got a great customer over here. They've had their Cutco for like 10 years. And I'll bring them over to the experience with Brian and actually, not be like, hey, dude, you got a customer. I'll bring them over and be like, hey, man, you got a customer, and does this person have Cutco that you're talking to? Oh, they don't? Oh, man. Hey, you know what? Just so you guys know, Brian's been taking care of these guys for, however many years, and they love their stuff. Would you guys take a quick minute and tell them, I'm sorry to interrupt, Brian, but would you take a minute just to tell them what they love about the Cutco? And just have that conversation. Like, Brian's in with the customer getting the deal closed, and I know I've got a social proof environment here. It doesn't even have to be his own past customer. It can be any customer that already owns the product. I'll bring that person over, tap Brian on the shoulder and be like, hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but are you guys looking at Cutco for the first time? Yeah? Holy crap, check this out. Like, these guys have had it for, and I'll introduce that testimonial and create that experience, that connection that provides the person he's talking to at the time with the social proof that we all know helps. So instead of being selfish and keeping it for myself, I'll share it with the person that I'm working with in the booth. And Brian does the same thing for me. When I'm busy and crazy and overwhelmed with my past customers at the booth, which you all know that happens to me pretty frequently, Brian's really good at coming over and helping with the overflow, being like, hey man, I'm not busy, can I help you with something? Sure, yeah, absolutely. And he'll pull out, I'll give him a clipboard and say, this lady's getting this, can you help write it up? Or this lady needs sharpening, can you put her name on the list? Or these three here, they need to go in the drawing because they haven't done that yet, can you help me out with that? And he'll do that, and he'll talk with people, keep them there, and all that sort of stuff. Now, there's also things that happen like when you're busy, right? And you don't have the time to like come over and help people with their customers. That's totally cool too. But what is still important is being aware of what's going on in the booth. When we're all busy and everybody's working with somebody and I'm working with a new customer and I can tell they're just kind of on the fence, I love to go over and grab somebody and be like, hey, do these guys happen to have Cutco? Cool. Hey, are you at a place where I could borrow them for just a second and just have them introduce themselves and tell, my customers over here who've never heard of Cutco what they like about it, and just connecting with the rep that I'm working with and making sure they're cool with that. These are all things you want to talk about in the beginning of the day. How do you want to handle it if everybody's busy, or one person's busy and overwhelmed and another person is not, another person's free? How do you want to handle it if everybody's busy and we've got a new customer? Is it okay if we connect our customers to create some social proof and things? Where does it make sense? How do you want me to handle that? It's good to have these conversations. Another thing that's really good is when someone's, doing the whole be-back thing, they're kind of on the fence, you need to know how to handle that objection. And then, you need to know how to keep them there long enough to find the perfect package and perfect price for them so you can solve their issue or their challenge or their struggle and meet their needs. But sometimes one thing that's helpful is to go grab your booth partner or your booth manager. I do love to say, like, hey, this is my partner at the booth. Let me just go grab them really quick and double check with them to see if there's anything else I can do here to help sweeten the deal for you, right? Or let me just go ahead and double check with them and confirm that they're cool with me making you an offer that's a little bit lower than what we've already talked about here. And it's fun. Like, you go grab your booth partner or your booth manager and you bring them over and you're like, all right, here's what's going on. Like, this is what they're thinking about. They've never heard of it. Or, this is what they're thinking about. They've been a great customer of ours for 15 years. And what we're talking about is this. And I already told them about the regular price. I already told them about our special price. But, they really want to do it, but it's just more than they're comfortable getting right now or spending right now. And so, but they really do want to help us hit our goals. So I told them that I would check and see if there's anything else I can do to like give them a turbo ridiculous killer sweet deal here. And what do you think we can do? And they'll be like, I don't know. What do you guys think? And the booth partner, if you're a great booth partner, ask a couple questions of the customer. Give them a high five for being a Cutco owner. Give them that same social support and celebration that you as a rep have already done. Well, as a booth partner, you want to do that same thing and show that we're all on a team together, that we're all working together. And then you just say, okay, well, here's the deal. I think that I'm cool with you deciding whatever it is that you decide you want to do. Don't make the decision as the booth partner for the person unless they've proposed a decision to you and asked for your approval. Approve it, right? Don't just go, oh yeah, you're good, da, 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 da. But instead ask a couple questions, high five the customer, be like, that's definitely more than what we do, but it's totally on you. I mean, if you're going to give that extra discount, you've got to pay for that extra discount, which is how it works anyways, right? But it's good for your partner to actually explain that to the client so they know that what you've told them is congruent with what's actually true, because your booth partner just reinforced that. Okay, cool, great, awesome. I just want to make sure you were cool with it. Thank you so much. High five, have fun. I appreciate your time. And then boom, get right back in. Okay, great, that's awesome. I'm so glad they're cool with it because we don't do this for everybody. Tell you what, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, and then you go right into it. This works because you make the client feel special. This works because you put them in a position where they're being honored and celebrated, but at the same time, they also feel special because you're doing something you wouldn't normally do for everybody. You're getting approval. You're making sure, you're letting them know, hey, this isn't just my decision. I'm not just making up prices and stuff like that. Like, I'm actually going out of my way to get you the better deal here. And then you're bringing someone else into the equation, right? So it's really good when you're busy, when you're slow, or when you just need a little bit of extra leverage, a little bit of extra social proof, a little bit of extra assurance to involve the other people that you're working with in the booth in the process with you. And the best way to do that is make sure you take the time at the beginning of the day to connect about your goals, set your intentions as a team, and then most importantly, communicate with each other about what is okay to do and what is not okay to do, because everybody's a little bit different and you want to make sure you're totally aligned as individuals so that you can work really well together as a team.